Welcome back to Power Lunch. Data centers are coming under growing scrutiny from state and local governments. This very week, Texas hit the pause button on new data center grid approvals. Governor Greg Abbott ordered an audit of every new data center project seeking to connect to Texas's main power grid. And then last month, of course, New York became the first state to impose a moratorium on new large-scale data centers. For more on the future of the AI build-out, let's bring in Chris Crosby, the CEO of Compass Data Centers, one of the largest data center developers in America. Chris, thank you very much for joining us here. Let's start with the latest headlines here about just why these state and local governments are tapping the brakes on data center development when just maybe 6 to 9 months ago, we couldn't build these things fast enough. There's been a good amount of public outcry. What exactly does a data center developer do in response to these state and local governments?
Well, you raise the bar. You continue to raise the bar. We are trying to become partners in the cities that we work within, the communities that we work within. And, there is a way to do that the right way. How you bring development to the table is of great import.
Now, Texas is where your home is. You're headquartered there. And Governor Abbott has just put this kind of pause button on data center development because of the power concerns there. How much does a data center developer have to scrutinize the kinds of resources that it uses, and just how much can that data center footprint really impact local communities there? Will they run out of water? Will they run out of power? And how exactly do you respond to the people who say that you will be a drain on resources?
So we agree that we should not be drain on resources. We've not used water since 2011, since we founded the company. So we agree that we should pay our own way for electricity. We agree that there shouldn't be noise pollution or light pollution. So from a Class A development perspective, those are not a big deal. I think as you look at Governor Abbott and what happened in Texas, I think it was great because there was a ton of speculators that were in the queue that were going to get power. And those folks getting power was a problem because their whole intent is to sell. I think we had over 15 gigawatts that was presented to us from people who had no intention at all of putting a shovel in the ground, but simply getting a windfall akin to what happened with Spectrum when the federal government auctioned off Spectrum and it got a lot of speculative type of work. That's happening on the queues in the power community.
Chris, what's your message to other states who want to impose data center moratoria?
I say don't ban, raise the bar, ask for more. We can do all kinds of things, workforce development, the types of things we're doing, investment in that community. We have so much infrastructure investment on the utilities. We can rebuild as an industry. We can rebuild the grid, which is so necessary. There's been such deferred mesh. Let us help as an industry and ask for more. That's what I would say.
So in other words, when they get up and say moratorium, no new hookups for a year, no new data centers for a year or two, you would say, no, turn around and ask us for anything you need. I mean, is it a blank check? How far are you willing to go?
I mean, it's like anything else. It does stop at some number, right? But when we look at the analysis of what we can do and the scale of the investment in billions and billions of dollars, to take $100 million in a community and be able to redo water, put a school up, buy fire trucks, do the types of things that are necessary for that community, that's something we can do. And then we pay the property taxes that then maintain that. And hopefully, like in most of the communities we work with, actually lower or could potentially eliminate the property taxes for the residents. So ask for more from our industry. That's what I would say.